there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, today we're talking love and marriage, Huntsville. Y'all know why y'all here. Anything I say is alleged in my very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is ever personal. And, of course, the Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description. So, today we need to discuss the failed plot that is attempting and continuing to be attempted to take down MEL, to take MEL out. And we got to talk about it in particular as it pertains to the year 2024. So, we started off in January where, again, Carlos King had his Reality with the King live in Huntsville featuring MEL. It was supposed to be all about MEL, supposed to be about her supporters and the millimeters and all the things, except for it turned into a hot mess when Carlos King decided to pivot when MEL was being vulnerable, was telling Carlos King directly to his face she felt unprotected as a black woman on this show. She felt that Carlos King knew about all of the things Martell was doing on and off camera, to the point that MEL had to hire additional security and everything else. She wanted Martell fired from the show. She felt that Martell was doing too much, and she got emotional, and Carlos King then put out that lie claiming that he was not as close to the show and wasn't as involved in the show anymore. Make it make sense, even though you're actively reviewing the show with cast members from the show every single week. Then from there, he brings out Sonny and Moses, and the takedown of MEL and the millimeters commenced. And that was when we saw the show come back in May of this year, you guys. It was a full-on attack of MEL supporters and the millimeters. We had Marceau calling the millimeters and MEL supporters deplorable. We had Marceau and Tisha going after MEL supporters and the millimeters, saying that they're responsible for Black with the QUE being closed, even though they later retracted that and basically said it was due to, other local establishments that were trying to get them shut down and trying to say that they didn't have the right permits and all this and that and had to get inspected, and they were shut down for homecoming and all of these things, even though they desperately tried to blame it on the millimeters, as if millimeters and MEL supporters knew who to call, knew who the city officials were, and all these things. You still have to pass inspections, people, for these businesses and these establishments. They're not just going to stay open willy-nilly 24/7 just because you want to or you're a fan of them on the show. That's not how businesses work, you guys. Then we have Stormy, of course, regarding the incident at the warehouse. She wanted to label that incident as being, because of a quote-unquote millimeter, because of a quote-unquote MEL supporter, and wanted to try to drive this home, and then had the audacity on the girls' trip trying to say that, her charge was harassing communication, basically trying to compare it and diminish it in the same fashion as Martell's arrest. That was DV harassment, communication in the third degree. And then we have, of course, Martell's arrest, where there's zero accountability for Martell's arrest. Martell all of a sudden is the victim, and MEL is the aggressor. MEL is holding on to a text message for 2 years and decided to just randomly just bring it out of nowhere, when in fact the cast has since admitted, without the cameras rolling, multiple cast members have admitted that they've seen the revenge P. They knew it existed. They knew it's been true all along. But as long as Martell did not spill their secrets or go too far across the line, they were willing to continue to bash MEL and continue to make MEL the issue, you guys, and make it seem as though MEL is the one who is bitter. MEL is the one trying to destroy other marriages. MEL is the one that wants everyone else to be cheaters, even though according to Martell, they are all cheaters. So nonetheless, that was the backdrop of the first half of the season. We fast forward to a series of breaks and more breaks of the show, and the show finally comes back, and we continue on with the girls trip, and we pick up because Stormy's quit the show because it was just too much for her, and her and Trish, of course, had left the girls trip early. We had drained out all we could of the Sonny and Moses and Destiny storyline, so Sonny and Moses have not been back on the show since all of that kerfuffle of the first season.
person. And so then, nonetheless, we have transitioned over into focusing in on Maurice getting a DUI. And instead about this being about Maurice getting arrested for a DUI, instead of this being about the dangers of drunk driving and the dangers of how you can KILL yourself or KILL someone else, it has turned into what Mel is saying and doing as it pertains to the DUI arrest. And who she's talking to about it, not the IRS, the DUI arrest. That's what I meant, you guys. But who she's talking to about it, who she's gossiping with about it, she went straight to the source. She went straight to the source. She went to Kimmy. She went to the spouse. Kimmy didn't want to budge on it and tried to say that the police reports were fake news. And then when Mel went directly to Maurice, he does the lawyer thing where he tries to gaslight you into thinking that you don't know what you're talking about and that you're completely clueless. And then he wanted to say all these other words in the confessional that he did not say to Mel's face when she was sitting feet away from him. And instead of taking accountability or using this as an educational opportunity to say drinking and driving is wrong, pulling up in a Lambo and popping more bottles and shouting out with the crew, free Reese is wrong. And, all of these things, you double down and make this about Mel. You make it sound like Mel's responsible for your arrest. You make it as though Mel is out on this mission trying to make sure everybody is labeled a cheater and everybody gets a divorce in record time. That is the narrative you're trying to put out, and you're trying to put out Mel has changed her persona because of TV. But I would argue all of y'all are moving completely mad since being on TV. And you think that if you continue to push a lie and continue to be in a pact with family to continue to repeating the same lie over and over and over again, that nobody's going to call it out, that nobody is going to clock what it is. And now you guys are back to bashing Mel's businesses. First it was Marceau previously just calling Mel, somebody who just sold t-shirts, just trying to diminish everything she had going on. So Mel called his bluff. All of a sudden, him and Tisha cannot stop wearing the black with the QUE t-shirt to the point that they had to start getting it in different colors. And now, Marceau has a black with a QUE chain that is going to debut in next week's episode, you guys, in a scene with Marquez. Make it make sense, you guys. And nonetheless, Mel even trolls and gets a t-shirt that she throws at Marceau at the last reunion for having the audacity to just say that she's just somebody who sells t-shirts and completely diminishing all of her other businesses. And then the audacity in this upcoming episode, which is going to be the Mimosas with Melody event, which she's been having since before this existence of the show. Mel has been a millionaire before the existence of the show, had already wrote a best-selling book before the existence of the show, was already doing property preservation before the existence of the show, and everything else, was doing charitable events, was doing Mimosas with Mel, was doing all these things before the show. And you have the audacity to sit there at the Mimosas and say that Mel is copying the black with the QUE Expo, something that you basically got accused of copying from the actual couple who's been putting it on, who's been doing this wherever they're located, and put you guys on blast on Facebook, and y'all were up here going back and forth on Facebook in the comments about it. No. The same Mel, like I said in a previous video, you begged to stay in the comeback group. The same Mel that you begged to be a part of that 40 acres deal, because had she not been, which ended up not being the case, it was no more. Y'all were gonna miss out on so much dinero. So as much as y'all, I don't care how much y'all want to post about how you guys are building a home at 3 a.m. and pouring foundation at 3 a.m. 6-7 years later on Scott Manor, you guys. Nonetheless, Mel has been doing it, and it's crazy that you guys do not want to give her any type of respect. And this is what I'm talking about, you guys. You don't have to like these people, but what we're not going to do is just flat out lie on people. And we're not just going to disrespect their business acumen. Now, if there's shady practices going on or suspect practices going on as it pertains to the business, absolutely we're going to call it out. But Mel has been a proven success. I literally coined the term money-making Mel for a reason, because everything she was touching was turning into gold, was turning into money, was turning into success. You couldn't lie about it. You couldn't deny it. So bringing up foolishness to try to discredit her or whatever else is lame. Just acknowledge that at least for everything else, she's got this business thing on lock. She's a good mother. She's got that on lock. And she is trying to do the best for her legacy. But still, that is not enough for y'all. That is not enough for y'all, despite the fact that Martell is on an all-out rampage against y'all. Y'all still thought, okay, if we continue to plot together to continue to just attack every single facet of Mel's life, and then Carlos King, you took it a step further by using your YouTube to bash Mel every single week, even in episodes she wasn't in. And you started it first with Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly was your mouthpiece for her to be the main one going in on Mel, saying the cast didn't like her, saying all of these things. And it's like, what are you doing? Isn't this supposedly your show? You're not supposed to be disrespecting the talent like this. You're supposed to be respecting all the talent. And you wonder why all these people keep quitting your shows, becoming YouTubers, and dragging you. Make it make sense. But nonetheless, all this is showing now is every single scene this past episode was a discussion about Mel. And all that tells me is y'all want Mel off the show so bad, but what is going to happen if she is not there? What is it that you guys are going to talk about? You guys should be thanking Mel, number one, for giving y'all an opportunity to even be seen by more than 5 people on reality TV, you guys. And you should be thanking Mel to giving some of y'all an actual storyline this season, because for the Scotch 2.0, it was looking like you guys were on the way out because you had absolutely nothing to give either portion of the seasons this year. So, nonetheless, that DUI was a gift that you guys completely just stomped on and turned it into a whole victim act, you guys. But you guys still are green and you light up and you foam at the mouth at everyone else's drama, but you get mad when the spotlight is on you and it is time to discuss your drama. And the people are sick of the hypocrisy. The people are sick of the double standards. And we're going to call it out. But these plots, you guys, where do they think this is going to lead? You tried it already when you had Tisha's mom just going completely full on with the allegations about the youngest child and trying to allege that Martell was not the father. And then you guys have had continued nonsense with the brother going on social media on continuous attacks against Mel and against Mama Van, unprovoked, you guys. And y'all said and did nothing, and you still say and do nothing as it pertains to Tisha's mom and her continued attacks against Mel. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear anything about Mel being a puppet master or about there being a cult or about Mel telling people what to do when you literally have cast members' own family members that are on the attack against Mel. And it's funny how people want to continue to bring up Facebook, but they want to ignore the number of Mel hate Facebook groups that the cast actively participates in. Can you make it make sense? So where is this whole thing where the millimeters, they're meeting, they're congregating, they're doing all these things? Where's the proof? Where are the receipts, you guys? All this shows is that without Mel on this show, y'all have nothing to do. Y'all have nothing to talk about. You guys are literally building platforms now just to hate Mel, just to spew negativity against Mel. Can you make it make sense? If it wasn't for Mel, there'd be nobody going to your platform. And now, everything you accuse Mel of talking to blogs, of giving tea to blogs, all these things, y'all are doing the exact same thing. And y'all are being open and about it, bragging about your relationships with Funky Dineva, even though he bashed your own relative who has since passed away. And you guys are bragging, shouting out actual YouTubers, creating a Funky Dineva Awards to cause division amongst YouTubers. But y'all project all this nonsense against Mel when it is you. It is you that is desperate for the fan base that Mel has. It is desperate for you guys to want the support that Mel has. And this obsession with Mel has to stop. Mel told y'all to clock in and actually provide a storyline. She didn't tell you to partially clock in and continue to use her name for a storyline. Enough is enough. And then the Fletchers, which we need to get to in a whole separate video, because it is the audacity to now be in on allegedly setting up Trish and Martell that is directly during the time Martell was married to Mel. These are supposed to be your mentors. These are supposed to be people who are bragging about being somebody's mentors and having the audacity to have a vow renewal while completely ignoring the issue with Chris Fletcher's oldest daughter and the overlap of when Chris and Nell got together versus when him and his ex-wife got divorced. No. We're just going to pretend this is a great love story just because you guys have been together 30 years. No, we're not going to do that. I'm sorry, we're not going to do that. We're going to call out the BS over here because it is weird. It is absolutely weird. But nonetheless, like I said, this show does not move without Mel because this continued obsession this entire year, both at the first half of this season as well as the back half of the season, has all revolved around Mel. The first half, the millimeters, the second half, now attacking her character, attacking her reputation, attacking her business. And if you call it out, the cast is like, oh, we don't even discuss Mel. And then you have Destiny, who has a Mental Mondays that airs every single day, but on Mondays, where her supposed coach has a voodoo doll that is just bashing Mel every single week. Where's the healing? Where's the healing? Where is the growth? Where is the maturity, you guys? But if you call it out, oh, it's bullying. They're haters. They're jealous. No. We are calling it as we see it. You sat there and said you were not going to say Mel's name anymore, but you can't keep Mel's name out your mouth. So which is it? I just need it to make sense, you guys. But this plot to take out Mel is so juvenile. You should be thanking Mel. You should be giving Mel an apology that she has not gone to the lengths that Martell has gone to air all of you guys out at this moment. And the amount of grace that Mel has given y'all should be studied, because there is no way I would be giving any of y'all grace for how y'all are going to be out here talking about people behind their backs like this and thinking you're going to get away with it. No. Action would have been taken a long time ago, you guys, because this is insanity. This is absolute insanity. But nonetheless, Martell's not done with y'all. So continue to keep Mel's name in your mouth. And Martell is going to continue to try to destroy everything. And is going completely all out, balls to the wall, and everything else because y'all tried it. So there's that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post some content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.